ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now. Happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me When up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'm
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in a very rainy Kansas City, Missouri at venerable Arrowhead Stadium. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Ready. Spike 56. Come on. You better bring it. Spike.
Here's the second year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
Don't get nervous. Hey, Charlie.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It was Braylon Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mahomes going to throw. He is going to find Hill here. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He'll Bison under pressure again, and down he goes again. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up.
Ready? They'll set up a throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man Hilton. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for him, too.
Joker, 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 Joker.
On 1st down, Hines. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at their 48-yard line.
No score after one on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. We got 4. We got 4.
This is Hines. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Here we go.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Now a give right side. It's Hines, and he'll get it down here to the 43. On the stop, Breeland Speaks.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
59. And we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
2nd and 5. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Coming to you. Coming to you.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
43. 43.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now it's Hines. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Exit.
They'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Colts take over first. Let's go, baby. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Side field. Side field.
Step.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking for Campbell downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he slings one that's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Check. 53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine.
Get it.
2nd and 10. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Attack!
I got it.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Temple, Rock Ya-Sin. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
But he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw here. Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Stop.
I got you.
Fire.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this will pin them back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line.
At their own 7-yard line. 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 yard line. 7 y
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Tight down.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Flushed out right. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, 43.
Check, pitch, smoke. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Here we go. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Wells. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
A 1-yard gain.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Because I'm about to take you to school.
Easy.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That one complete to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Hey, 57, color, 57.
They run it again with Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Mike spot 9. Let's go, D.
Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Mahomes firing complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Fight on these two.
Check 15.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come on.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes and going deep for Hill. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
He was tackled at the 27. 43. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
15.
Check 59, Mike. I got you.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. Well, not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready up.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 44.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
General West. Hey, Wahoo. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. He's got it to Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's now 3rd down.
Lights 15. Lights 59.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
What you got, man? Yellow. Give me something. Here we go. 58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike. It's been a long day for you.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
Watch the blood. 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 Check.
Down.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Come on, QB. Come on.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mike.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
57 colors.
Now Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Mahomes now to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 77 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll look to throw. Complete to Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Check 53. Watch the backer, watch the backer. Check the backer, check the backer.
Weapon.
53's the mark. 53. Check.
Five.
Second and 9 now. He's going to float this one deep right side. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Looking to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chris Jones, his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Mahomes. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Temple, Rocky Sin. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Ready?
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Let's go.
On first down, it's Hines. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. Second and inches.
I'm going to run you over.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines.
Go, go. It's run.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Let's go now. 60 or.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Look at me. Zipper.
Check.
They run again with Hines. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
You know me pretty well. I'm going to give a lot of credit to the defense whenever a play like this happens. That's a coverage sack. But if I'm being truthful, you can be too careful with the football as the quarterback. He's got to find a way to get rid of that.
Boy, it felt like he had the ball for 10 seconds. That's just way too long at any level, especially the National Football League.
Putting a major stress on your offensive line and the people blocking for you. Get rid of it. Play another down.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Kansas City.